Hijab is not just what you are wearing, but it is also what you do and say it is who you are. When talking about hijab in Islam, the first impression that comes to mind is a cloth covering certain parts of women's body. But is this the real meaning of hijab? Is that all Islam intended by ordering to wear hijab, covering women's body? This is surely one of the functions, but it is not the whole thing. Indeed, by introducing hijab, Islam aims to set out a framework on how we dress, how we look, and how we interact in the society. This also originates from a superior objective, limiting the human's desire towards the opposite gender to one's private life in the form of a legal marriage, and letting the society focus on work and productivity. Inappropriate way of wearing hijab. Islam requires both women and men to dress simply, modestly, and with dignity. Simply said, one should not dress in a way to draw the attention of the others to their physical features. Islam has forbidden wearing the clothing that attracts the attention of the general public, and this applies to both men and women. The clothing should cover their hair and body, but covering the face and the hands from the wrist to the fingers is not mandated. It should cover the whole body. It should be thick enough, that is, it should not be transparent nor translucent. It should be loose and not tight on her body. It should not be decorated or ornate such as to attract onlookers. It should not be perfumed. It should not be considered as libas al-shura. It should not resemble the dress of men. It should not resemble the dress of the disbelievers. It should not bear crosses of depreciations of anything with soul, humans, animals, etc. It is also forbidden for women to wear strong perfume, heavy makeup, or such jewelry that make a jingle noise with movements and attracts the attention of others, especially strange men. People wear abayas and hijab, but are they covering it up well? Here are some examples. The right way to wear hijab is to cover your private parts from other people's. The correct hijab. Khimar, covering up till the lower back. Face veil, no camel hump headscarf. Long, covering till toes, not attractive, does not reveal the shape of the body, and unperfumed. Hijab is not the dress, but also a way of life, a state that women adopt in front of a non-mahram. It is behavior and speech. Avoid wearing high-heeled shoes because the way of walking changes and the tapping noise attracts the people around. Talk in a normal tone with the non-mahrams and not in a soft speech so that the voice does not attract the person you are speaking to. Speak to the point and when necessary. Do not laugh excessively in the presence of non-mahram. This leads to attraction, especially between the young generations. Touching the hands of non-mahram is strictly prohibited. These pointers also apply to cousins who are not your mahram. Be polite and pleasant within the bounds of Sharia. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "There are two groups from among the dwellers of Jahannam whom I have not seen. Some who have whips like tail of cows, with which they beat people, and women covering their bodies yet naked, who flirt and attract, whose heads are like hump of camels. They will not enter Jannah, nor will they enjoy its fragrance, even though its fragrance can be smelt from such and such distance." Sahih Muslim. Say to the believing men that they should lower their gaze and guard their modesty, that will make for a greater purity for them, and Allah is well acquainted with all that they do. Al-Quran 24:30. Limits to talking to the opposite gender. As a society is composed of women and men, their social interactions and communications are inevitable. Islam has special guidelines for the interaction between members of the opposite sex. Islam, as the religion of moderation, does not allow a free relation, neither severely restricts this interaction, but also women and men to communicate in good intention. This means his speech should be direct from both sides. Talk straightforward if you need something or if that person needs anything. Do not giggle or talk unnecessarily. Allah says in the Quran, "Wives of the Prophet, you are not like other women. If you are wary of Allah, do not be complacent in your speech, lest he is whose heart is a sickness should aspire. Speak honorable words." Surah Al-Ahzab 33-32. This requires Muslims, specifically women, to use a serious tone of voice and expression when talking to the opposite gender. Otherwise, their sweet words might seduce to the person whose heart might be diseased with lust. And abide in your houses and do not display yourself as the display of former times of ignorance. Quran 33:33. This is more appropriate so that they may be known as Muslim women and thus not be harassed or molested. Quran 33:59. And among his signs is that he created for your mates from among yourselves that you may dwell in tranquility with them, and he has put love and mercy between your hearts. Quran 30:21. And let them not stamp their feet to reveal what they hide of their adornment. And all of you beg Allah to forgive you all, O believers, that you may be successful. An-Nur 31. So inshallah, let's all stand together to fight back shaitan, and let's all become merciful servants towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let's all cover up ourselves from evil eyes, inshallah. وكتبه ورسوله